Boxing with Frank Warren and Queensberry, here with big Tommy Fletcher. How are you, Tom?
Yeah, I'm very well, mate. How are you?
Yeah, all good. Now, fight number 3, going to be at the O2 Arena, November 26. Pleasing development for you?
Yeah, definitely. I'm buzzing, you know. Out on another great show. My first fight was at Wembley, second one was at Manchester Arena and Choice Park, a massive show. Now at the O2, I'm ready to smash it. I'm ready to smash everyone.
So turning pro has lived up to expectations so far?
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it, you know. I turned professional because in the amateurs I was training throughout COVID. There was no fights going on, so I thought, you know, I'm going to turn professional. Teamed up with Mark Tibbs, S-Jam, got a good deal with Frank, and then I'm not looking back now. I'm just focusing, training, wanting to become an animal, wanting to become a machine.
Your debut, Wembley. I remember you were kind of introduced as a Queensberry fighter in the hotel over the road. You had a good following there, didn't you?
Yeah, definitely. I think I sold the most tickets for that show, didn't I? I think I was like the main event, but they should have put me on last then, shouldn't they? But nah, I did have a good following, and hopefully I'll carry on building that following and my profile up. And at the O2 on November 26th, hopefully I've got a good crowd there to cheer me on, and I'll make a good night of it. Yeah.
How difficult is it building up this following when you're down in Rainham all the time?
Yeah, well, you say that. I'm actually in Norfolk, so I travel like an hour and a half of training to get to Rainham. That's already an hour and a half on its own.
Yeah.
And then, like, even when I'm boxing at London, it's still an away day for me, really, isn't it? Like, it's not like it's just down the road. You can jump on a train and you're there in half hour. Like, it's still a fair way. So, my people that come watch me, I really appreciate of them. And
it's not like you've probably got much social life, is it? By the time you get home from after training, you pretty just go to bed, don't you?
Yeah,
eat and sleep.
Yeah. We'll come back, I'm knackered, but that's what you got to do, you know. It's part of training and part of life being a boxer, so I'll just do it. And
do you ever get yourself down the local pub to put your face about?
Nah, I do. I'll hand out the posters and that, and socialise and that, but I'm strictly just socialising, nothing silly, you know, nothing silly.
That first fight, Mark came out and started throwing the name Deontay Wilder about, comparing your power to his. Did that put a little bit of pressure on you? So you sort of think, oh, I've got to live up to this?
Well, in the amateurs, everyone was known me as like knockout puncher anyway, so, you know, I always carried that through to the professional. And when Mark said that, it was just like telling people things that they already know, really. But I know people will write me off and they'll say, oh, he's nothing like that, etc. But I don't really want to be known as. I'm
not sure being called Deontay is a compliment when it comes to being a boxer, is it?
Yeah,
I think it's just the power, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I want to be known as someone that can box. Like, I ain't got to worry about knocking people out, because I think people get too caught up in the knockouts, and it becomes like if you win a contest on points, and then it's not good enough if you didn't knock them out. It's almost like you lost and that. Whereas someone that's just a neat point scorer and that gets through the rounds and that, if they win, it's another win. So I want to be able to just win a contest without, even if I didn't stop them, and still get good credibility for it.
Be honest though, in that first fight, you were chasing a little knockout there, weren't you?
Oh, all day long, yeah. I'll chase a knockout every fight. There's only one thing I get to do in that ring when I go in there. I want to knock them all out. But if I don't get a knockout, I'll win. I'll have a vicious performance, you know. I'll beat them in every round. But I'm coming there to win, and I'm coming to knock them out.
Right, so that was your debut in front of, like you say, you had a good few hundred of your people there. The next one was an experience. It's almost like a rite of passage that every young pro goes through. You was on a big show up in Manchester, and because you've got a little bit of a buzz about you, they quite like the idea of getting you on telly. Yeah. Hence you get given the live float slot, which can either be the greatest experience of your life or the most frustrating evening of your life. Yeah. It turned out for you it was probably the second one, didn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I was gloved up and had my hand wraps on, gloves on for like, I think it was like 7 hours. So I was waiting a very long time, but I thought I could have got out before the main event. I would have been buzzing. Like, I remember I had a little look out into the arena just from the change rooms, and the place was packed. Like, the atmosphere was unreal. Like, I was absolutely buzzing to walk out to there. But sometimes things don't always go your way, and that's just life, I think. So
it is a kind of rite of passage, though, isn't it? It's sort of like you probably only do it once.
Yeah.
They probably won't do it to you again. But like I say, it can work out. But you get on at 9 o'clock at night in front of a peak audience, or you're on
quarter to
when
12.
when they're sweeping up.
Yeah.
I suppose you've got to be a bit philosophical about it, haven't you?
Yeah, I think I can only learn from it. You know? It's like, as much as like people wouldn't be happy about it, but it's it was an experience for me, because when on my next fight, say for instance, I get on at 9 o'clock, 8:30. When I get there, then my legs are aching a bit at that time, so I'll be fresh as a daisy. I'll be buzzing for it. So, if anything, it's only going to make me stronger and a better fighter for it, I think.
What about that performance? You happy with it? I mean, like you say, after 7 hours of sitting about?
Well, I ain't always going to box my best after sitting there for 7 hours. I don't think anyone would, but I still boxed well. I think Mark was very pleased with my performance, and I still got the stoppage.
You took your time a little bit more, didn't you?
Yeah. I got behind the jab a bit. I was a bit relaxed. I thought I could have thrown a bit more, but yeah, it's just a transition in life. I'm still learning. I'm still learning from amateur to professional. So it's a good learning fight for me. And as much being afloat is bad, I think I learned from doing that as well. So it's just learning.
Right, talking of experiences, you being a young lad, your gym at the moment, Mark seems to be entertaining all sorts at the moment. He's sort of influencer, sort of OnlyFans type things.
He pulls them out of a hat, I think.
And you've got Ebony there as well, over from Australia, who likes to put on a little bit of a show. For a young lad like you, probably helping you grow up a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah, no, just we're all in there working towards the same goals, you know what I mean? But it is a good atmosphere in there. Everyone buzzes off each other, but at the end of the day, it's just business, isn't it? You're in there. I turn up to train, and that's that. But I suppose I'm in there mixing with good people, and I can only learn from them. Like Ebony and Johnny, they've all got massive profiles in boxing now. I think that they're really getting there now. So it's good to just get little ideas off them and learn from them, so I can put it into my own sport and my own profile and things like that. But
be honest, the two girls, do they sort of tease you or mother you?
Neither. I don't get involved. I don't get involved at all. But
they don't mother you and sort of henpeck you and all that?
Nah. If you have a good spar, I remember Ebony said something to me. I remember I was having a bad spar. I looked outside of the ring and she goes, what do you want, a teaspoon of cement or something in her Australian accent? And I had to laugh. It was funny. But yeah, she's just hardcore. She's brutal. Do you know what I mean? Like she wouldn't feel sorry for no one. But at the end of the day, you need people like that. You need to be told.
You're not getting mothered by two blondes then?
Nah, nothing like that at all. But they're good friends. I'm in there. It's just business.
All right, Tom. Thank you very much.
Cheers,
Look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you, mate. Cheers.